You've probably heard the name Matt Gaetz at some point in the past week, whether it was the New York Times article that broke the story involving him or the bizarre interview he had with Tucker Carlson. His story has been all over the place for the past week. In this video, I'm going to try and summarize the sex trafficking case and the bizarre details that surround this guy, and let you decide if you think he did anything wrong. I'm going to look at the original accusation, the support he is not receiving from his colleagues, a bizarre voicemail he left, a dating service he may have abused, and his voting record on human trafficking bills. So make sure you watch to the end, because this is one of the craziest cases around human trafficking that I have seen in a while. And don't forget to give the episode a like as well. And if you're not already, click the subscribe button too, so you don't miss future updates about Matt Gaetz. Now, on with the episode. Matt Gaetz is a Republican representative from Florida's 1st Congressional District, which he assumed office of in 2017. On March 30th, 2021, the New York Times reported that Gaetz is being investigated by the Justice Department for having a sexual relationship with a 17-year-old girl. In addition, the Justice Department is investigating payments that were made to the girl so that she could travel with him. It seems that since he paid for things for the girl who was underage and he was having sex with her, this is the commercialization of sex with a minor that is being used to charge him with sex trafficking. While Gaetz clearly has his own problems to deal with, the Justice Department is also investigating Gaetz' political ally from Florida. The ally is Joel Greenberg, who was indicted last summer on an array of charges, including sex trafficking of a child and financially supporting people in exchange for sex, at least one of whom was an underage girl. Additionally, Gaetz' friend also faces charges for illegally using a state database to create fake IDs in order to traffic minors. Gaetz has denied all the allegations made against him, even claiming that the investigation is an elaborate scheme involving false sex allegations to extort him and his family for $25 million. And in a bizarre attempt to clear his name, Gaetz went to Fox News' Tucker Carlson, where he proceeded to share his story and baffle Tucker by sharing memories that Tucker could not recall, and then providing little detail as to the motivation for this alleged attack beyond a $25 million extortion attempt. Tucker Carlson is not the only one who's not standing by Gaetz, because ever since this story broke, there has been zero support from prominent politicians within the GOP. It has gotten so bad for Gaetz that his communications director, Luke Ball, sent in his resignation papers due to Gaetz' scandal, which is growing each day. Additionally, at least one source mentions that Gaetz and his friend Greenberg used a website called Seeking Arrangement to make contact with some of the women they invited to hotel rooms in 2019 and 2020. The site advertises itself as matching wealthy men with women looking to be pampered. The New York Times reported that the encounters between the two men and multiple women, some of which also included the use of the drug ecstasy, were sexual in nature and may have violated the law. Another bizarre detail about this case involves Anna Escamani, who is the representative of Florida's 47th District. She received a voicemail from both Matt Gaetz and his friend Joel Greenberg, which she saved from 2 years ago. And in the voicemail, both men were praising her for the lovely qualities that she possesses, being sexually suggestive. Anna stated, "It was creepier than I remembered. It made me incredibly uncomfortable, and I did not call or text back." And finally, the last point I want to make about this case is that it is both an ironic and important point. Matt Gaetz voted against multiple bills involving human trafficking. For example, in 2017, Gaetz was the lone member of Congress to vote against an anti-human trafficking bill that gave the federal government more money to fight the illegal trade across the country. The bill that he voted against was called the Combating Human Trafficking in Commercial Vehicles Act. Even though he was the only member from Congress to vote against it, it was passed by the House and the Senate. When asked why he voted against it, he said the following: "Unless there is an overwhelming, compelling reason that our existing agencies in the federal government can't handle that problem, I vote no, because voters in Northwest Florida did not send me to Washington to go and create more federal government." Matt Gaetz' promising political career appears to be in shambles, and his credibility is out the window. His colleagues and former friends have abandoned him, and it does not seem like many in the mainstream believe he is innocent. But I would like to hear what you all think. Do you believe he was using a matchmaking service or trafficking underage girls? How about the accusation that he is being extorted? That is all for this week's episode. So if you want to see more episodes like this one, make sure you click the subscribe button now, because there are more episodes every week and you don't want to miss them. Thanks for watching.